right. Got a full house here. Got some electronics to drop off at the Eco Center. Done. Okay, so I'm a little bit wet. Worked in my rain suit again. You say, why would you work in your rain suit? It's nice and sunny out there. And you would be correct. It is nice and sunny out there. But however, today was a very pressure washery kind of day. To the point where I did all the stairs down to the lake. Did all the stairs down to the house. Past the house a bit. So when you hear the crunch, where's the car? Okay, make sure it doesn't hit the car. And yeah, so I did all the steps, and the guy that built them said you should do it at least once a year. Whatever, and man, what a difference does it ever make? You can't see it from here, but what a difference does it ever make? It's like you know when your steps start turning like brown and gray and stuff like that, you think, okay, it's just the wood, you know, faded. But pressure washing, like, it's not a beast of a machine that I'm using there. It's only like, I think 1200 psi or whatever. But man, does that ever make a nice job. It's just like, it's like you can still see that they're aged, but it's like it just takes all that dark stuff away, and it's like, oh shit, I gotta get one. I gotta get a little pressure washer for my boat. But they have like really good, they got ridiculous amount of water there. The guy that drilled the well, because they were on a sand point for years and years and years, and they had all kinds of trouble. They drilled the well, and he said like the water, like they get like 50-60 psi, no problem. Like a lot of places, like, okay, in the city you get that because it's, you know it's piped to the city, whatever. But like on a well, like you rarely get like if you got 40-45, you're like, wow, I'm doing great. Right? But that place like 50-60 psi. Right out of the well pump, like you actually have to turn it down. I mean, I can imagine if you got in the shower there, it'd friggin' peel your skin off. You know what I mean? So they got, like I said, the water table there was just, they must have hit a main vein coming out of the lake, like coming from the lake. Said like you can't run it out, you can't run the place out of water, which is good. Hopefully the vein never closes up. Getting good solid water up here is hard. It is hard for sure. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of electronics, but I'm gonna go through them in case there's a couple of alarm clocks in there. Her son was up last week, I think. Her daughter was up the week before. I don't know which ones are coming up. Like she has a huge family. She's 77 years old, and she just bought herself one of those you know, paddle boards that you step on and you paddle around the lake. She just bought one. I was like, 77 years old. That's great. You know, it's like, I was like, you got your life jacket though? She said, oh yeah, like, she's pretty, you know, she's pretty sprite, so hopefully she doesn't get into any trouble with it. You know, I can imagine I'll be doing a canoe rescue. Reg, can you go get the paddleboard? I fell off and it's on the other side of the lake. It's a small little lake. It'd take me 5 minutes, but as long as it doesn't go down like where the beaver dam is, then it's like, you never find it in there. It's all swamp in there. But yeah, could be an adventure. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna see if they have any alarm clocks in there, and then I'll take it. I gotta bring the bucket back though. But they take the Eco Center takes the electronics free, which is nice. So my day is a little bit going to be even longer because it's almost 1 o'clock now, and usually I'm done at 12. But I was pressure washing, and I didn't finish till about 12:30 there. But I wanted to finish it all. Didn't want to leave like 5 steps. You know what I mean? Oh, I'll get it next week. No. I just finished the freaking job. I didn't expect to get paid a little extra, but she did anyways. They've treated me so good for the past few years there. Well, she's a widow now, but excellent people to work for. And you really enjoy it, you know. Yeah, so I'm gonna see the job I couldn't do yesterday because it was raining a little bit too much. I was gonna put off till Friday, but if it's sunny now, I'll work another 4 hours and I'll be good. My back is killing me, but I have to work in my when it's wet like that. I have to work in my chainsaw boots. And those things are like a cross between wearing like astronaut boots and ski boots, right? and those KISS platforms. It feels like you're walking around in those. Yeah, those big elevator boots, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Pretty funny. So yeah, my shins are just worn raw right now. Because I've been basically working in my raincoat the past couple of days. Well, past week. And then tomorrow I got to work here. I'm praying it's not going to rain so I can work in my regular boots, so. But if I don't work when it's raining, I won't get too much work. You know what I mean? I'm on the wire, right? You guys, you know all the bitching and whining I do all the time, so. But I want to tell you guys what I'm going to do for 2024 and what I'm working on now. Like, okay, I have no life, okay? Life is a perpetual boredom with random highlights, and you just want to make the highlights really good. So I got to work here tomorrow. See all the flowers. She's not out, so I won't stop by just to let her know. But I'm going to work there all day tomorrow to work off the chainsaws. Those flowers look really good. But anyway, you guys know I'm a musician, and I've been craving to get back on the stage ever since, well, the last time I went and played on stage, it cost me a truck. That was Brutus's first and last run to the open mic in the Cafe 1870, and the next day I blew the brake line, and you know, the rest is history. You know what kind of happened to poor Brutus. And then of course buying this, I was hoping to make it out there last year, but I was so tapped out by buying this, like, and then getting through the winter dragged on so long, it just sucked up any disposable income I had saved up. So now I don't have any disposable income saved up, but I'm staying ahead of, like, for example, I just made 80 bucks today so far. So 20 bucks goes to gas, 20 bucks goes to maintenance for the vehicle. I do this every day I work, so that when something does break, my goal is to have at least a minimum of $1,500 sitting there. Ideally, I want $15,000 sitting there, so when something really breaks, you can just go buy another friggin' vehicle and you're not down and out. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's a very long-term strategy, but you get there faster than you think once you get all your expenses wrangled. And then the other 20 bucks goes to rent, and the other 20 bucks is going to go for provisions and, you know, treat myself a little bit, right? And something I really realized today is how much I need just a tiny pressure washer, not a big beast. Little doggy. But anyway, so I'm just craving getting back on stage, and I really want to be on stage with the electric guitars. I love doing the acoustic thing, don't get me wrong. It's fun to be the one-man act and all the attention on you, but I do miss the other sounds on stage. Doggy with a head stuck out the window there, just taking in the day. It's a good way of saying hi. I don't want to stop though, because we'll talk too long and then that'll really lengthen out my day. Don't hit my branches, or branches, don't you hit my aerial. But anyway, so yeah, I've been working on a metal album concept. Excuse me. That's all I'm going to tell you. And it's a pretty cool idea. It's all going to be extended range stuff in standard tuning. Right? Because I don't want a different tuning per song. Not that I don't like doing that. I love doing that. But doing that live means you have to have a guitar per song, which would give me an excuse to buy a shit ton of new guitars. But I just can't afford them right now. But I do plan on doing that. So I'll have something in, like, say, drop C, maybe the H string, throw it into like double drop A or something crazy like that, or drop G tuning. Whatever I'm gonna do, right? And then have a standard tuning just for like your regular rock and roll stuff. Drop D is easy to do, whatever. Drop B tuning, whatever, a whole step down. So I'd like to have guitars for different, you know, that way you're not always, okay, take this guitar, retune it, you know, like, because when you retune a guitar, it's not just, was that a whole bunch of pop cans? I should have stopped and grabbed that. It's not just about grabbing a different tuning, right, in 5 minutes. You have to re-intonate the guitar to make it sound right. And that gets really time consuming. So you really, when you see all these guys switching the guitar every second song, every third song, that's what it is the guitar's in a different tuning. If you ever watch the Tea Party, that's what they do. I don't think any of their songs are in standard tuning. Maybe some of them, but pretty much none of them are in standard tuning, which is very interesting. Periphery, they do, the highest tuning they do is drop C. which is a whole step down, like a drop D, and then the rest of the guitar a whole step down, right? So I'm working on this concept album. That's all I can tell you. I've got the first 2 tracks done in concept. I've recorded it. And then I'm going to add the other 3 or 4 tracks that you probably already know about. But I'm not sure if I'm going to add those or not, or keep those separate. It's going to be a 3-hour album concept, right? So that's a lot of songs that I'm working on. I'm still working on the acoustic stuff. My biggest problem is drums and the vocals. Not that I can't sing the vocals. The vocals actually sound quite awesome. You won't even recognize it as me. And not a lot of effects either, just they came out good. The thing is I need like either really good programmable drums that are easy to do, which I don't have, or an actual electric drum kit and record the drums myself, which then there's the learning curve of being able to play the songs the way I want, which even if they're not perfect, that's okay. Because I have to do everything myself, because I just can't get other musicians around here. They're just not here. You know what I mean? And the ones that are here, they're too far away to be practical with. Otherwise, I'd be doing live acts instead of working in a rain suit on a hot day. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that.